Good afternoon, everybody. As usual, Paul's trying to crack me up before we even get started here on your daily brief for December the 1st, 2010. Yes, we missed 2 days. That's my fault, but we're back, and we've got a few stories for you. But before we do, let's just sort of nitter-natter for, 2 seconds, Paul?
2 seconds.
All right.
Why, what did you want to nitter-natter?
We're done already. We've nittered and nattered.
You weren't going to tell everybody how you went to the hospital and got a personality implanted, no?
Well, I was almost ready to take up J-Dog, his offer for a half-price lobotomy, but I figured, no, I'd actually go in for the actual thing I was supposed to, which was the angiogram. And they said I've got very beautiful arteries, so who knows? Anyway.
At least something about you is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to take a picture and bring it home for my wife so she could, frame it and at least have something.
Frame it.
Something nice to look at.
Put it up above the dinner table when there's visitors coming, Here, look at my arteries.
Yes.
They're gorgeous, really.
Yes, they are. They're
pass the spaghetti sauce, will you?
Anyway, on with the news for today. WordPresscom gains 500,000 users from Microsoft Windows Live Spaces.
Yeah, a while back ago we talked about, the fact that Microsoft was shutting down Spaces and urging everybody to move and providing tools for everybody to move their blog to WordPress.com. And as of right now, as at the end of November, about 500,000 Spaces users have actually made the move. Now, there's still about 500,000 to go, apparently, and but they have until sometime in March to finish the move. But it's good news for WordPress.com. Another 500,000 users.
Like they needed
another 500,000 bloggers. What? I know, but you know what gets me is we all blog, we all write, we do this kind of stuff, and. Then they tell me, there's 500,000 more bloggers, and I'm like, I can barely name 20 bloggers off the top of my head, and all I do is read blogs all day long.
Yeah, I know. One of the things that was on the news, or in the news last week, was a unlocker for Windows Phone 7 called Chevron WP7. It hit the airwaves, everybody got all nice and excited, but apparently it's being pulled.
Yeah, we talked about this, was it on last Thursday or Friday's show? We also covered it on the weekend show with Brett Norquist. And apparently, after talks with Microsoft, now this wasn't Microsoft coming along and threatening the developers.
No.
They actually went into talks with Microsoft's guy...
Brandon Watson.
Brandon Watson. He's the director of developer experience for Windows Phone 7. And apparently, based on what Microsoft said, which is that apparently there's going to be future support for, homebrew applications or home. You could basically make your own stuff and run it like you can on Windows. So based on the strength of what he said, they have decided to pull the application.
Yeah. Well, a couple of interesting points here is that one of the things, and this isn't in the show notes, I forgot to grab this, is that we are to expect a killer update for Windows Phone 7 in January. And a killer update. Well,
this is going to be more than cut and paste.
Yeah. The one report I had said that they could have almost called this WP8.
Wow. Okay. Well, I would have liked to have had that information before we came on the show.
I know. I'm sorry. Jesus, you take a couple days off, and what happens? You go all to pot.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're absolutely terrible. You completely forget that you're supposed to put this stuff in show notes.
Sorry. But anyway, so to tie it in with this idea of the fact that they're going to allow you to do homebrew apps on your Windows, it kind of gives them a one-up on the iPhone.
It does, really. I mean, if you can, especially if the hobbyist developer at home can make their own sort of apps for Windows Phone 7. And, of course, Microsoft has lots of tools out there at the moment that you can use. I mean, even if you don't want to get fully into it, you can go and do the Express tools. Is it Express?
Yeah, there's the, well, actually, the Windows Phone 7 SDK is kind of a separate deal that you can get additional plugins like for
The Visual Studio 2010 Express now comes with a Windows Phone 7 pack that you can download directly from the site, or you can download the ISO where you get web developer, VB developer, C#, C++, and Windows Phone 7 all in the one 640 meg ISO. So, pretty cool. Xbox Live.
Xbox Live. That's what we had next. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked by the good stuff instead of the boring stuff.
Well, there's not really much boring about this. Much like the Bing Rewards program, Microsoft has launched the Xbox Live Rewards program, which involves you basically doing things like surveys once a month on Xbox Live, or if you renew your Gold Family membership, you get 400 Microsoft points. If you are a first-time sign-up, you get 100 Microsoft points. Basically, you can earn up to 15,000 Microsoft points a year. I don't see how this rewards program... Oh, no, well, 1,600 Microsoft points is worth about $20. For 1,600 Microsoft points, you get a new Xbox game. But I don't know. I've looked. My wife Sarah first sent me a link to this morning with a breakdown of it. It's confusing as heck. You've sent me a link to it, and you know what? To me, it's just. Yeah, I'll get a few Microsoft points, but I'm really not going to go through the effort to get many of these. It's a bit confusing, and it's not rewarding enough to me to provide any incentive.
Well,
but maybe I'm just being a cynic at this Christmas.
You are. You should be. That's what our job is, to be as a cynic. We get paid for that. Or, no, wait, we don't. No.
No, we don't.
Anyway, Slash Gear has a report that Halo Combat Evolved remake not being made, Microsoft focusing on Reach.
Yeah, Slash Gear has a report that it's not being remade. Somebody else has a report that it is. Basically, what's going on is this. There was rumors coming out that Halo Combat Evolved, the very first Halo game, was going to be remade in HD in preparation for which Halo game has its first birthday coming up next year?
Evolved. Combat Evolved.
Is it really?
I think so, yeah. That's what I understood it to be, anyway.
Oh, it's its big 10-year birthday is coming up. That's correct. No. Isn't it?
I don't know. I don't play Xbox.
I don't know. Anyway, for some reason or another, the rumor is going around that Halo 1 is being remade in HD using textures and stuff from Halo Reach, etc. Lots of sites are saying it is happening. Lots of sites are saying it isn't happening. And it's all come off due to the fact that Microsoft has basically issued a no comment and not said one way or another, except that they are focusing on Halo Reach. But that, of course, means diddly squat.
Yeah.
So I suppose the question is to you guys watching this show, would you be interested in Halo Combat Evolved if it was re-released with sort of, more modern textures and in a HD format? And does it really matter, or would it just be a novelty thing? Is it like,
a money grab?
Would it be like, George Lucas releasing Star Wars Special Edition in 3D so that you get to pay good money to go be annoyed by fucking Jar Jar Binks in 3D and the worst thing ever to happen to Star Wars, and watch Greedo shoot first rather than Han?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Do we care about this? Not particularly.
No. Now, what is rather interesting, and this is one is sort of gaining some speed, is that Microsoft is working on an Xbox 360-based TV service.
Well, this is completely expected.
Yeah.
This is,
it has to be.
the news that isn't, because we all knew they were going to do something like this. They have ESPN. They have Netflix.
Yeah.
Why not? And, we've talked about how Xbox 360 can be a wonderful content delivery system and media player in the home.
Holden Page had a good post up on WinExtra about the fact that that he uses the 360 more as a entertainment center than a gaming center. You know, and it would be a natural thing for you to be able to, whether it be a la carte or app-wise, whatever, to be able to pull your TV in through the same way.
Well, the only thing slightly surprising about the story coming out of Audio Video Revolution is not the a la carte effect of having things like Hulu Plus or Netflix or whatnot, but there is some question as to whether or not this will all be on demand, or whether or not we're going to get some live service in there too at the same time. So, you know, basically like you turn on channel 1 and whatever's on is on.
Yeah.
There might be a bit of that to it too. And we're also looking at having some premium channels like HBO, which means that when the next series of True Blood comes back, everybody can get True Blood on their Xbox. You haven't watched that at all, have you?
No.
You haven't?
What, True Blood?
Oh, Hodson, you have to catch up on that, man.
Get out.
Seriously, you're the only person I know now that doesn't like that.
Seriously? No. I got better things to watch.
What? Vampires and blood and sex and blood and sex? Vampires?
There's a lot of comments that can be made about that, but I'm going to stay long and far away from it. Interestingly enough, Acer plans on coming out with a Windows Phone handset.
Yeah, what a shitty segue that was.
I know.
Acer, who are known they're known more of as a computer manufacturer, a laptop manufacturer, but they also make some pretty nice handsets for phones, but they are all Android handsets. Acer did experiment back in the past with Windows Mobile, and they didn't like the sort of lack of customization and stuff in comparison to Android. So they went with Android, but now, apparently, their boss, Gianfranco Lanci, has said that they are working on Windows Phone 7 phones. And the quote from him is that, you know, today we are mainly Android, but we're also working on Windows Phone 7. We saw a lot of limitations on Windows Phone a couple of years ago, and we moved to Android because of user experience. If we look at Windows Phone 7 today, I think we see the same opportunity you can see on Android in terms of customization. And that's a very interesting statement considering how locked down the Windows Phone 7 interface is, where, you know, if you develop for it, you're expected to nail into that interface.
Yeah.
But they're obviously seeing promise, and it's yet another manufacturer jumping on board.
And a
Windows
major
Phone 7.
one too at that, really. You know, Acer's no slouch when it comes to any of the, gadget business.
No, they make good stuff.
Yeah. On that note, folks, I think we're done for today. We're done for today?
We're done for today.
We're done.
I'm sorry he's back, folks. I'm sorry I couldn't get him to stay in the hospital longer. We've been trying to get them to commit him when he's there, but I just can't get his wife to sign the papers. My bribe isn't enough yet.
No,
I'll have to
you got a long way to go to beat my latest bribe.
Anyway, folks, if you'd like to, let us know how long Hodson's to stay in hospital the next time, either leave us a comment in the notes below if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not on youtube.com/WinExtra, drop across there and hit the subscribe button and give us the thumbs up. And we'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same ridiculous outro statement channel, and have a good one till tomorrow.
Take care, everybody. This has been Daily Brief with Steve and Paul from WinExtra. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, folks.